Hello. If you were like me, the first time you heard the name Camp Johnson, you wouldn't have a clue what I was talking about. You would probably just look around the room. Hopefully somebody else would answer the question on what it was or the facts that were being talked about, and just so you didn't get put on the spot. Well, after today, I'm hoping that you will know a few of the facts about Camp Johnson, and you'll be able to speak about it just a little bit. Alright, some of the main points we're going to talk about are the beginning of Camp Johnson, also Montford Point, that's what it began as. We're also going to talk about Gilbert Hashmark Johnson, and we're also going to talk about some of the monuments and memorials that are located at Camp Johnson. Hey, everything must have a beginning. In the beginning, the base was Montford Point, which was named after Colonel James Montford. Basically, Colonel James Montford started the base on April 26, 1942, and he began training there. Well, the base was designed, and it started out training black recruits, African American recruits. Well, they brought in a bunch of staff NCOs, senior staff NCOs, and they started training African American recruits. And after they got so many African American recruits, they actually started being the drill instructors, and they started training other African American recruits. Well, throughout the base's history, they trained over 20,000 African American recruits. This was going on during the segregation times. This is where all the training went on for the Marines, the African American Marines. There was one man that stood out over this period of time, though. His name was Hashmark Johnson. Gilbert Hashmark Johnson, I'm sorry. Gilbert Hashmark Johnson actually trained Marines there. He ran through numerous cycles as a drill instructor for the African American recruits. He was later named Sergeant Major, and he actually commanded the base as a Sergeant Major. After he died, the base was actually renamed Camp Johnson in his memory. If you go on the base today, you'll still see placards and pictures of Gilbert Hashmark Johnson around the base, which is kind of cool if you figure out the whole story and see how it's all named and how they went back and named it after him. Alright, some of the things that are there to this day that I find that are very interesting are the Beirut Memorial. That is by far my favorite place that is located on Camp Johnson. It's right outside the main gate. There's a lot of history there. Basically, the Beirut Memorial is in honor and in memory of the 273 Marine sailors and soldiers that lost their lives in the Beirut bombing in 1983. There is a Vietnam Memorial that is located right outside of the gate, and a North Carolina Veterans Cemetery is also located out there. So it is a great historical place, and there's a lot of memories, and has a lot of memories for those fallen heroes that are honored there. All right. In conclusion, we talked about the beginning of Montford Point and how it got its name of Camp Johnson. We also talked about Hashmark Johnson and some of the monuments and memorials that are located within Camp Johnson. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Camp Johnson, and if somebody ever asks you the question, what is Camp Johnson or where it's at, you will be able to speak on it and give some of the important facts and some of the cool sites as far as like the Beirut Memorial, Veterans Cemetery, and the North Carolina Veterans Cemetery, and the Vietnam Cemetery. Hopefully you'll be able to give them some information on that. I thank you.